What's good, guys? It is time to do a review on the Road Glide. As a lot of you guys know, uh, I've been doing a lot of custom work on my 2017 Road Glide, and I have finally got some updates that I'm excited to share with you guys. And I also am here to give a review and give a critique on some of the parts, rideability, performance, etc., etc., etc. So I know you guys can't wait to see what's popping, to see what's new. All right, y'all. Y'all see? There she is. So, what is new? So, 2 weeks ago, just got this discharge 26 added to my Road Glide. Okay, guys. Uh, got the 26 Road Glide, 26, I mean, not 26 Road Glide, but 26 discharge wheel with anodized gold contrast. I had the forks powder coated, one end shaved off, so you can switch it over to from double disc to single disc. As you guys see, got the spikes on the axle covers. Flamethrower. I actually, when I ordered these, actually off of eBay, I didn't know that these 8-inch extended fork cans. Anytime you switch over to a 26, you have to get 8-inch fork cans instead of 6. And when I ordered these, I did not notice that they had the flamethrower embezzled in them. I actually want to switch it back out to the smooth. I think the smooth looks a little better, but that's cool for right now. On this side, you can see that racing rotor with the anodized matching rotor to match the front tire is pretty dope. New chopper style mirrors that I added to them. Let's see what we got. Some new grills. I got rid of the mesh. Those custom grills look a lot better on here, and it looks a lot better. I'm actually going to be making some of the new mods before Daytona in March. Some of my next upcoming projects. You know, I don't want to get ahead of myself. That's going to be my next upcoming project. I can speak on it now. So anyhow, for Daytona, before Daytona gets here, I'm actually going to switch out this head unit. As most of you guys know that the Sony 7000s have been on back order. I'm patiently waiting to see if Sony's going to be able to get a lot more in stock anytime soon. And if not, I'm also waiting on the reviews on the new Soundstream radio. You know, there's a new Soundstream replica radio of the 2019, 2020, 21 Harley GTS infotainment. It's a Soundstream radio out there that's an exact replica. That's a drop-in, plug-and-play fit. I'm waiting to get some reviews on that to see if it's weatherproof, to see what the performance like. Is it more powerful? I just want to weigh my options. I am tired of looking at this old GT small 4.3 radio. Also, I'm going to be getting, I haven't decided if I'm going to get my interfering. I haven't decided if I'm going to get it painted or I'm going to just buy a brand new interfering. I know one thing for a fact. I am tired of looking at this matte finish. The matte finish looks so dull. It looks so generic. It just looks really cheap, and it doesn't necessarily flow completely with the rest of the bike. When I pull up to other road glides that have the paint interfering, it just looks so much more. It looks dynamic. It just flows. So I know one thing a lot of you guys are waiting to ask me is, okay, how does the 26 ride? Okay, I'm here to let you guys know. Okay, so anytime you're going to upgrade from stock, anytime you start upgrading from stock, you're going to risk voiding your stock warranty. So any other parts are going to ride a lot different from stock. You know, anytime you make any small tweaks, every small tweak is going to change your ride on these bikes, whether you're going with higher bars, whether you go with lower bars, whether you go with air ride, whether you upgrade your wheels, whether you upgrade your performance. I mean, you get pretty much, because of muscle memory, because of your brain, the way your body is set up, it starts to make any type of form of adjustment. So it gets pretty much conditioned to you riding the bike consistently. So anytime you make any small tweaks or any small changes, it's going to change the way it rides. And you have to start to readjust to that. How do I feel like it rides? The very first thing that I didn't notice that very noticeable change is turns. Okay. It's not that it affects turns in a big dynamic way. It actually doesn't. I actually like the way that I like the way that the 26 makes modest turns. So basically, your typical turn at a red light, like if you want to make a left turn, basically, which would be, I'm trying to think, is that not a 360-degree turn? It's not. I want to say a 45. That's basically a 45 angle or a 45-degree turn, which is basically you making a left turn at a light or you making a right turn at a light. I just love how I love how it just rolls. I love how it turns. That part was really great. The part that caught me off guard, the part that really caught me off guard is making U-turns. If you're coming down a residential street, you're coming down a small, narrow street, and you have to make a tight turn in a driveway or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That was the part that I noticed the biggest difference is in terms of making tight U-turns. One of the reasons why is that I've noticed with the bars, when you get ready to make your turn, the bars tap out. All right, your bars, your turn, your basically your forks, just like the master cylinder, just like your master cylinder in your car or your truck, it only turns so far to the left or turns so far to the right. So what I've learned is that it taps out a lot quicker when you have the bike raked and you have a bigger wheel. You can't turn it as far. And usually you're used to turning it a lot harder and a lot more aggressive with a stock wheel. So you're steady turning it. And I've noticed that with the 26 on there, I hit that turn and I still think I'm still consciously, because I done got conditioned to the 19-inch wheel being on there. Here it is, I'm leaning into my turn and I'm making more of a turn and then I hit boom. It's almost like I hit a wall. So if you don't have really good momentum, you have to really be careful because you can lose your momentum. You might stumble, you might even fall and lose control. So I would just say this, when you go into your turns, really try to make sure you really take your time going when you're conducting U-turns and really sharp turns to make sure you start to really get adjusted to knowing where the bars tap out at, so that you're not, because if you hit it real hard, if you turn your bars in really, really hard, and from the momentum and from the impact of the bars locking out, that can cause you to jerk and go over the bars. It can also cause you plus when you go forward and you're going over the bars. That's going to affect where that's going to affect where you're hitting your clutch at. That's going to also affect how you're hitting your throttle. That's going to affect your brakes. So going over the bars and hitting the bars and stumbling over the bars is going to affect a lot of different factors. That's going to change you making have an accident. But overall, in general, making those turns, I'm very comfortable with. I'm very comfortable with making the turns. I love the way it turns. What about on straightaways? Straightaways is pretty dope. Rode 4 hours all the way to Myrtle Beach. Got it up to almost, not quite, got almost up to 100 miles. I have to say, I noticed the vibration starts to kick in at 60 miles per hour. Once I started to get it up to 60, I started noticing vibration that I wasn't experiencing when I had it on stock. So I noticed that the higher I get it up 60, you get it up to 70. I would say at 70, it's a nice, comfortable median. But when I start pushing it to about 80 or 90, it's a lot of vibration in the handlebars. Okay, and I'm not talking about aggressively where a person wouldn't be able to ride it. I will say that if you are a person that likes to ride at high speeds, I just know for me, on me, this American Suspension 26 is nothing against them. It's nothing against their product. Maybe it has something to do with the install. I'm not very sure. I'm going to continue to do my research, but I do know that I couldn't really see myself riding at 85, 90 miles per hour at a long period of time because of the vibration. I think that the vibration that it has at about 70, 75 miles is a really good median, because you have to find a balance in everything. So almost everything that I heard about these big wheels was absolutely true, but it's just not the extreme. A lot of people would tell you, oh, don't get a 30, don't get a 32, don't get a 26. They ride shitty, they ride bad. You cannot believe everything that people tell you. It actually rides very smooth. I mean, you can't really notice the difference. I mean, going over potholes on a regular street, I really honestly don't know the difference in traffic at lower speeds. I can't, when it comes to vibration, there is no difference. I do know I also love the other part. Here's another pro. I actually love the fact I love the view with it being on the 26 now, because now with it being on the 26, now the front end of the bike, you're not probably noticing, is that now the front end of the bike is now elevated. It's now probably elevated another 2 inches. You probably two, maybe possibly even 3 inches. The bike is sitting up a little higher in the front. So maybe you guys are not noticing that, but when it's sitting up a lot higher, I actually like the view. It actually somewhat feels like somewhat of a new bike. Talk to you guys about it. I know I'm getting a little long-winded. When I switch out my audio, I switch out from the diamonds. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bridge to the. I have ground zero 6.5 coaxials in the front. What I'm gonna do is I have an 800.4 running the whole system right now, and right now I know that is underpowered. I have the Diamond MSCX 69CX coax subs, quote unquote 6x9 coax subs in the lids. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get another Sound Digital 800.4 once I get the new head unit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bridge them both. That's gonna be my new setup. The one thing I did discover about these Diamond 6x9s, guys, if you're big fans of diamonds, or if you're even thinking about getting the diamonds, this is something you need to consider. I love this 6x9. I love this. It's very, very powerful. They call it a coax sub because it plays low. But I have to tell you, don't be fooled by marketing. It is not a sub. Okay, that is a huge magnet. Does it play low? Does it play low? Absolutely. It plays pretty damn low for a 6x9. And if you're looking for something with more bass and you want a practical, simple setup, you don't want to put eights in your bag, I would recommend you go with the I would recommend you go with the this 6x9, this Diamond coax, the MS69CX. It plays bright as hell. It plays pretty loud. It plays high frequencies very well. But I know for a fact that I want to put 10-inch mid basses in my bags, quote unquote subs. And the only thing about these 6x9s with the big ferrite magnet is that the 10s won't fit in the bag with these 6x9s because the ferrite magnet is just so damn overpowering. It's so big. I mean, sometimes I can't even fit certain stuff inside my bags because you even had to grind out part of it. I don't know if you guys, even on my bag, even on the factory side, this part had to be right here. This part right here had to be grinded out just for the magnet to fit. Also, let me get past the street glide. Also, when my helmet is inside my bag, it's actually scuffing up. This is a brand new helmet that I just bought this summer, and it's scuffed up and it's beat the hell up out of my helmet just for me closing and slamming those lids. You have to be careful with those with these lids. These do put a good amount of weight on the lids and on the hinges, so you may have to tighten the hinges up, or you may have to replace the screws every once in a while. But other than that, man, they play these diamond products. I mean, I honestly think they're highly underrated. I would definitely recommend them, but sometimes a lot of us don't know what we're getting into when we purchase some of this equipment. I just ask everyone, just continue to do your research and make sure when you buy certain products, just know and understand that you can continue to build off of it. Make sure that you don't handicap yourself with any of the products that you do build. Make sure that you don't get stuck with it, because apparently I'm going to be stuck with some of this diamond equipment, and I'm going to probably have to try to resell it or give it to a friend because it's not going to be applicable. Not necessarily applicable. It's not going to fit in my next application, which is going to give me more mid-bass and more power. So that's it for the review, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Give me your opinions, suggestions of anything you think I should do next on audio, on the 26, the rideability. How was your experience with getting the 26? How was your experience with Diamond Audio, guys? All right, I'm out. Holla back.